Hey guys, my name is Dan Dupreez. I am out here at Four Wing Disc Golf Course in beautiful Cold Lake, Alberta, Canada. I'm going to do a little bit of a course playthrough for you guys today. This is my first video on YouTube. I'm giving this thing a try. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. They recently redesigned this course. Thank you, BR Disc Golf. Brendan over there did a great job redesigning this. It's a whole lot more fun than it used to be. So if you're ever out in the Cold Lake area or Edmonton area, it's worth a trip out. It's only 9 holes, but it is still a lot of fun. So if you're out here, come try it out, but let's get right into it. So here's hole 1. It's a par 3. It is just behind that pine tree there. Yeah, so it's just straight and a little bit to the left. There's OB all along the right side. Yeah, it's parked. Doesn't work. A little tapping. 1 under to start. Hole 2 here. I think it's about 300 feet. I'll need to check U-disc after, but yeah, it just goes between the trees. You gotta get through the little gap there and then fade back to the left. And yeah, I've had some difficulty on this one, but we'll see how it plays out today. It's definitely not the line. I'll be scrambling from there. Didn't quite get the height out of that I wanted, but that's okay. I'll have a long putt to see. A little bit about myself before I head to hole 3 over there. I've been playing disc golf for about a year and a couple months now. Yeah, I've really loved it. I've just really pushed into it and tried to dedicate myself to it. And yeah, it was something that I found really fun, and it wasn't particularly difficult for me to get into. And that's one of the things that I really love about disc golf, is that it's really easy to get into. It's really accessible for anybody who wants to play. If you haven't tried it, definitely recommend checking it out. It's a lot of fun. We're at hole 3 here. This one is about 450 feet. It is behind that group of trees sitting right in the middle. I don't quite have the distance for it, so I'm gonna try to get the 3, see what happens. Using my ESP Scorch here, just hoping to get a really big turn out of it. About 25 short of those trees. I shot it, and it was actually just around 275. So, or sorry, not 275, 375. Very, very, very happy with that. That's actually my personal record for distance. Yeah, let's see if I mess it up. So hole 4, this is 275 to the basket, just behind that tree in front of us there. The disc I would usually throw, my Ledgestone Stalker, I threw in the pond at Rundle yesterday. So I'm just gonna use my ESP Stalker. Landed about 35, 40 short. I'm gonna give it a little run. This last off season, which is actually my first off season, I worked a ton on putting, because my putting was really bad in my first season. I would miss 15 footers, couldn't even consistently hit them. So I bought myself a practice basket, got a bunch of putters, and just did so much practice. And out here in beautiful Alberta, you get a 6-month winter, so I had a lot of time to practice. And yeah, like you can see that it paid off on that last hole, getting the birdie on that about 35-40 footer outside of the circle. Obviously it doesn't always pay off and it's not perfect, but it's come a long way from where it was. So yeah, do your off-season putting, do it. use my ESP Undertaker. Typically holds pretty straight, maybe get a little bit of turn out of it, but it should push pretty straight and hopefully get a skip at the end, and we'll see. And I haven't thrown a forehand yet today, so you're just gonna have to give me a little bit of grace. Well, that was not good. That was my first OB. I should have maybe thrown something a little more overstable. Unfortunately, that basket at the end there, that is not the basket I'm going for. So yeah, I'm gonna have to play from the OB line, take an extra stroke, see if I can clean up the bogey. We'll see. Not bad. It's a little far left. It's faded a bit more than I wanted. Yeah, we'll give it a run and see what happens. You can see the struggles with being close to the military base. You always get those jets flying by, and yeah, it's a little noisy. It's not bad, it's just a little noisy. So hole 6, you're looking at there are 2 different lines you could theoretically take. You're kind of just scooping around the left side. The basket kind of just lines up straight down the middle, and you kind of just have to choose your way around. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the forehand. So it landed right here, pushed about 225, 250. So the basket is just right in front of me still, unfortunately. So I'm probably gonna have to go with the forehand. So I think I'm gonna go with my ESP Zeus on forehand line. It is very beefy. So I'm just gonna try to put it up high, let it maybe try to crush in towards the basket. I do have a little bit of a headwind, so I'll maybe just have to put on a little bit of a hyzer, but we'll see what happens. Also, just look how pretty this thing is. Shout out to Carrot Top Dyes. So I did push that a little wide. I caught those limbs on the left side. Seven's got a super cool tee pad here. It's pushed into the woods a little bit. I'm gonna go with the Zeus on a forehand again. Give it a little bit of hyzer. Gonna give it a look with the stalker. Give it a nice straight backhand. I'd rather miss left on this one rather than right. So yeah, just gonna give it the backhand instead of the forehand. Definitely got a good kick on that one. Wanted to miss left, and I guess I did miss left. Went right into those trees there. Should have disked up maybe. Hole 8 here is the longest hole on the course. It's 650 feet. It goes all the way down this pass and around the corner. Used to be a par 5. They shortened it to a par 4. Makes it a little bit more difficult. The road plays out of bounds as well, so you have to play something deep without getting a big skip off to the left. I'm probably going to give the Big Z Zeus a try to get a little turn out of it and land straight. I think I went a little further than I thought. I think it might be closer to 350, so I actually set myself pretty good here. This one's always a little bit of a challenge because you need to push it in deep, because as soon as you get around this corner, the basket's still about 100 feet into the woods, kind of further back in that way. So going with my ESP Heat, I'm gonna try to give it a little hyzer flip, but not quite enough to flip up all the way flat. Try to flip up so it holds that hyzer and then pushes forward, skips a little bit. we'll see if I can execute it. So remember on hole 5 when I threw the forehand, my first forehand of the day, threw it OB off to the left side up to another basket? That's the basket we're playing now on hole 9, last hole of the course. So yeah, hole 7 is right next to us on this side here. So we just need to make it through the little gap there, try not to hit those trees, try to play on the left, and then the fairway curves around up to a big old pine tree that you need to go around. Also, I don't actually know if it's pine tree. It's green, it has quills. I know it's not very Albertan of me, but I just call it a pine tree. Yeah, I botched that. Definitely yanked that over into the trees. I'm gonna have to scramble a little bit and try to salvage the 5. Maybe end with a bogey, but we'll see what happens. So kids, this is your encouragement to practice your forehand rollers. I threw my Raptor on a forehand roller there, threw it too high. The wind's coming this way, caught the flight plate, pushed it way off left. Landed behind these trees here, but I was lucky enough to be able to get a pitch up through the trees. It was so out of place that I didn't really bother filming, but it landed right up here. This might be a mistake, but I'm gonna try this Raptor. There's a little bit of a headwind. I really just don't want to push too far straight. I need to land up by the basket. I do have a history of throwing this and ending too far left of the basket, going past the basket, but I'm hoping that headwind will turn me over just a little bit so it keeps it straight. History repeats itself. I am far left of the basket. Let's see if I can make the putt and clean it up. Maybe about 30 feet, a little uphill. Alrighty guys, that's that. This was the 4-wing disc golf course in Cold Lake, Alberta. The redesign has been great. Yeah, obviously, I could have done better. I definitely lost a lot of strokes on little mistakes like this last hole, throwing it into the bush twice in a row, messing up the angle on the forehand roller, hitting the tree on 2. So yeah, I'd still consider myself to be in that beginner intermediate category because of those mistakes. I'm getting, as you could, I got kind of like 375, 380 on my drive there on 3. So I've got some decent distance. Upshots aren't bad. Forehand's not bad, but it's the little mistakes, the execution that really gets me. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you follow me on Instagram, dan.dupreez. Yeah, I'm jumping into this YouTube thing, trying to see what I can do, just filming with my iPhone. So if the audio's not super great, I'm sorry. If it's not super great, I might invest in a mic so I can do this a little bit more. But thanks for joining me. I hope you can follow me in my journey of trying to become a better disc golfer, try to make less of those mistakes. But yeah, thanks for joining me. See you next time.